ESPN, anytime, anywhere, all the fun, all the games, everything else. And what a crew we have today as we are just saying to Nick this morning, like if you can feel it, right? You can feel football.
There. It's coming.
This weekend.
Get excited.
Oh, the college games this weekend are ridiculous. We roll into week one. We got a game Thursday. We got a game Friday. We got the whole shebang coming up on Sunday. You know who we are. Let's go. Countdown to kickoff. We are 8 days away, so I've solicited bold predictions from each member of my esteemed panel this morning. Mr. Foxworth, give me a bold prediction for the upcoming season.
Yeah, I think that the Colts surprise and make the playoffs. I know that we're not all that high on the quarterback situation, but we see that their offensive line is really good. You combine that with a great set of skilled players from Pierce to Taylor in the backfield, and on top of it, the D-line is improved, and they got Lou Anarumo to help that defense get better. I think that this team might surprise some people.
What do you think, Kmart? At the Colts? There's so many questions at the quarterback position there.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones going to get the nod.
No, I think so. Even over the years, despite their quarterback situation, the Colts have always sort of been in the mix. I think Daniel Jones, listen, he's looking at a situation where I can take this position and ride with it. I think they got the horses.
Harry is nodding confidently.
Because this football team last year had 4 games that they lost by 1 score. 2 of those happened against the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
They easily could have won. If they win 1 or 2 of those games, they win the division.
You know what? Like, there's so much talk about, well, if this team had, lost these number of games last year against them, it doesn't matter what happened last year. Although, I hear your point.
Okay, well, dead it down a bit, Luke. Feel the whole segment, Luke. My gosh.
I
hear
Feel the whole segment.
You know what I really you know what I really do like about the Colts this year, though. Honestly, God, look, Daniel Jones and Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of the best tight ends in the NFL, and that's going to be someone who he's going to lead on. I think that's going to be a guy that Daniel's going to ride to success or not.
What are you basing Tyler Warren's projection on? Is it what he did last year?
No.
It's
based on what he did a couple of weeks ago in the preseason.
Someone has to win that division, right? The Texans have so many injury problems. Jacksonville, we have questions. What I'm saying is Mike Tannenbaum sat here yesterday and said he likes the Titans to win that division.
Mike. I'm with you, brother. They could actually rise up and smack some people and have people going, wait a minute, where did this come from? And why? It's because of Cam Ward. This kid is going to take this organization, by the steering wheel and is going to ride these. I'm telling you.
I think this may be a podcast episode more than a TV show thing, but I think it speaks to like the preparation of quarterbacks. We've had more kind of transformational quarterbacks, like with Jaden and with Stroud. Like that's a newer development.
All of the returns, for those of you who are just sort of checking back into the beginning of the football season, all of the early returns on Cam Ward have been through the roof. Now, they haven't played games yet, but everyone loves what they're getting so far in Tennessee. All right, let's go. Harry, give me a bold prediction for the upcoming NFL season.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to Buffalo, New York with the Buffalo Bills. They will have the number 1 seed in the AFC. I also think this is going to be huge years for 2 players that they drafted on the offensive side. You're talking about Keon Coleman and also Dalton Kincaid. Those 2 guys are going to step up tremendously. They're going to be better defensively as well. That's what kind of got them in the game versus Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, that secondary. They will have the number 1 seed in the AFC. Can't wait to see it.
I hear you. And they are favored in every game. They're the only team that's favored in every game, including the one they play against Kansas City. But, Neek, I hate saying this, but the Bills have become one of those teams that what they do in the regular season almost doesn't matter, right? Whether they're the 1 seed, the 3 seed, whatever it is. Is this finally the year that Josh and the Bills get over the hump?
I think so. I mean, I feel ridiculous saying it because I also believe that the Chiefs are better than they were last year, and I also believe that the Ravens obviously are going to have something to say in that situation. But the Bills keep getting closer and closer, and they are the team that I think has done the most with less out of these top teams, and I think it could be the year for them. I don't know how bold the prediction is. The team that's favored in all the teams is going to be the number 1 seed. But since Lou opened the door for shooting at each other, I'm down.
Harry, I didn't mean to do that to you, brother.
It's too late now, Lou.
No, you opened the door. This is my game, baby.
By the way, look at that number on the screen. Our analytics say the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens all share the same best chance of getting out of the AFC.
Must-see TV.
Kind of hard to say. It certainly feels like it makes sense, and you got the 3 all-time great quarterbacks. All right, Kmart, give me a bold prediction. You're about to say something, because I sneaked a peek, that no one else has said on this show.
That's why it's bold. Go big or go home. Micah Parsons and the Cowboys will get a deal done before they play a week from tomorrow.
Wow.
You heard it here first. What am I basing it on? A wish and a prayer. You know why? Because at this point, listen, I'm hoping that deadlines for action with Jerry Jones, I hope that seeing Trey Hendrickson and Terry McLaurin figure out a compromise in both of those cities, I hope that gets to Micah and Jerry. Because honestly, Micah is more, like, think about him on the sidelines. Jerry doesn't want to see that when you're facing the Eagles in week 1. He needs all the horses, and I think it'll get done.
So there are two pieces to this. I'm not going to play the Brian Schottenheimer sound again. We played it earlier. He just basically said he'll need to ramp up.
Yeah.
The best way to play football is to play football, and they're still holding out hope that he'll be on the field next Thursday. That'll happen one of two ways. It'll happen if he caves, he being Micah Parsons, and just says, all right, for lack of a better word of putting it, you beat me, and there's nothing else I can do. I want to play. I want the money. I'm going to do it. Or, to your point, Jerry Jones recognizes that he is cutting off his nose to spite his face and makes what should be the easiest deal in the NFL with the best player on his team.
I think that's the most likely outcome because we talked about earlier. Given the track record, that is what Jerry has tended to do. And we also talked about earlier, like when you're having public negotiations, like you need the opposite side to have some sort of dignity in the way that they end the negotiation. Right now, they're forcing Micah into a position where he has to come back kind of hat in hand. I don't see Micah doing that. I do see Jerry Jones over the history of his career. He's always going to pay the good guys. Like, that's what he's going to do.
If he doesn't have a new deal, do you think he plays? Forget the injury. Do you believe he's on the field a week from Thursday night based on the
I don't think if you're his agent, I don't think you would want, and again, this is just, if I am his agent, I'm advising him not to step on the field until he gets his money. And that's where I feel like Micah can be dug in. But Jerry has a first-year head coach in Brian Schottenheimer, a guy who is entering the situation where he needs his best player, forget defensive, whatever side of the ball, his best player on the field. I don't see how Jerry can drag this on.
So you say that's the most likely outcome? So it's my turn to shoot. Not that bold. But we've seen it in the past. Well, let's go 3 for 3.
Wait. I was there in Cleveland, week 1. I was there in Cleveland week 1 last year where they're playing Dallas. And like right as I'm on the sidelines, oh, guess what? Schefter breaking that. Wait a minute. Dak Prescott has a new deal.
So is Jerry going to make room for a third in this negotiation now? Is David Mulligetta going to be pulled into it? Because he said there's no room, right?
One thing that I left out in saying that he always pays the players is that sometimes he makes them sweat longer than now because Dak had to play on a franchise tag. Right now, Micah is still under contract. So if he does the same thing that Dak did, it's another year, and then a year after that,
the franchise exactly. He hasn't even reached the franchise.
Jerry holds all the cards right now. He understands that, and from a pride standpoint, I don't think he's letting that go. I really don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this seems to transcend business. This seems like point-proving time for him. This seems like kind of like a game to him, like a game of chicken. Because I mean, why else would you let it take this long? Like, what is his exit?
Because
what's Jerry's exit?
If you watch the Netflix series about Jerry, the gambler and his Cowboys, loyalty is so important to him, and when people go against what he thinks their agreement is. Like, every time Jerry has been doubted, he digs his heels in a little bit more and says, okay, I'm going to show you. However, it's been 30 years of just futility. Like, I think at some point, Jerry, to your point about cutting off your nose to spite your face, I don't think Jerry wants to answer those questions with Mike on the sidelines.
Here's the problem I think we have, meaning if we no one is better for, if you're a football fan, for not having a great player playing, is that while almost everyone I know, everyone I've talked to, and I think almost all reason and common sense suggests that Jerry Jones is in the wrong here, he doesn't think so. And if he does, his is the only opinion that matters on that subject. I think he thinks he's right. So when you said this transcends business, I know what you mean by that, but what's the opposite of transcend? Descend? This is below business. It's way worse than business. He's allowed it to get to a place that it never should, and thus came out, while I love your optimism, I don't think that's going to happen, and I do not think they will have a deal before next Thursday. I don't think Micah's going to play. I think he's going to sit that game out, and then we'll really see. We will be in the Emmitt Smith game of chicken 33 years later. Does the owner cave if Philadelphia scores 50 points against
them?
But
it's sad, though. It's sad, in my opinion, too, right? Because you think about it being a Thursday night football game, and it could be the most watched ever in Thursday night football history.
It could.
fans want to see the best players on the field.
Yeah, wait,
I want to see Michael Parsons.
He doesn't like. Again, he don't care about. I mean,
No, he doesn't.
You saw his interview, right, with Stephen A. We all watched it.
Jerry.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Jerry, does he seem like a guy who right now gives a damn about anything that anyone thinks, including Micah?
At 82 years old.
You know what I mean? He's just like, I'm the one who needs to be satisfied here. I'm the one who owns this team. I'm the one who's the general manager. I'm the one who's negotiating the contract. I'm the one who's really controlling everything here. And that's why I think this is a very, very unique situation, regardless of what happened with Troy. I mean, what happened with Emmett, what happened with CD, what happened with Dak. This seems different. This seems different. This seems very, very personal.
I think there's a bunch of different ways to look at it. And one of the ways to look at this about Jerry Jones is that he does like the circus. And they're going to lose to the Eagles whether Michael is out there or not. He is enjoying this circus. He has a documentary to promote. He is drawing attention. Thursday Night Football, the conversation, part of the conversation is going to be a camera cutting to Jerry Jones and cutting to Michael Parsons, talking about this. Then the week after, they're going to sign Michael Parsons and he's going to get a bunch of sacks. Like that seems like a realistic
Name another owner in the time that you have covered professional football or professional sports who has said, when things seem a little bland, I kind of like to stir it up. When there's nothing going on, I'll make something go on. Like, what are you talking about?
He said in the documentary
that
he said it when he fired Jimmy after that. He said in the documentary that his wife said, "You just don't like it good, do you?"
Yeah, he can't handle nice things.
All right, we'll see where it goes. Coming up, it is the biggest question facing the most intriguing NFL rookie. Did the Jaguars make a huge mistake?